The lawsuits are over. The trial never happened. But Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni are still fighting, this time over money. Specifically, who pays for the lawyers? Quick recap for anyone just tuning in. In December 2024, Blake Lively filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department, alleging Justin Baldoni sexually harassed her on the set of It Ends With Us, which he both starred in and directed. She also accused him and his production company, Wayfarer Studios, of orchestrating a smear campaign against her. Allegations Baldoni and Wayfarer have consistently and strongly denied. Baldoni fired back hard. He and Wayfarer filed a $400 million lawsuit accusing Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist Leslie Sloan of extortion and defamation. He also sued the New York Times for $250 million over its reporting on Lively's claims. The suits were consolidated into one case in January 2025, both of Baldoni's lawsuits, against Lively's team and against the Times, were dismissed by Judge Louis Lyman in June 2025. His legal team had until October 31st to file an amended complaint. They chose not to. That officially closed the $400 million case in November 2025. Lively's own suit against Baldoni stayed alive. In April 2026, the judge narrowed her case, dismissing her sexual harassment claims, but allowing her retaliation claims against Baldoni's PR team to move forward. The two sides were originally set for trial in May 2026. They didn't make it to trial. In early May 2026, just 2 weeks before the case was set to go before a jury, Baldoni's Wayfarer Studios and Lively agreed to settle. Here's the important detail. No money changed hands in that settlement. Instead, both sides agreed to let the judge rule on one remaining issue: Lively's request for attorney's fees under a 2023 California law designed to protect people who report sexual harassment from retaliatory defamation lawsuits. Both parties agreed to abide by whatever the judge decided and not to appeal that specific ruling. On June 12, 2026, Judge Lyman ruled Lively was entitled to recover her legal defense costs from having to fight off Baldoni's defamation suit under California's Protecting Survivors from Weaponized Defamation Lawsuits Act. He denied her request for triple damages and punitive damages, finding those weren't available under federal law. Lively's attorneys, Ezra Hudson and Michael Gottlieb, called it a win, saying it showed she'd brought her claims in good faith. But the ruling only established that she could collect fees, not how much. That's where things got heated. Lively's team went on to ask for roughly $8 million in attorney's fees and costs. Later filings put the precise figure at $7,495,526.87 in fees, plus $539,514.01 in costs and expenses. Her attorneys framed it as more than a payday. They called it a deterrent. In a statement, they said the ruling put on notice anyone who might try to use a lawsuit as a weapon of intimidation, and argued the fee award represented only a fraction of what she actually spent across 18 months of litigation. Baldoni wasn't just going to write the check. In early August 2026, his attorneys filed a motion asking the judge to either dismiss Lively's fee request entirely or sharply reduce it. Their argument: Lively hadn't backed up the number. According to the filing, she didn't provide billing statements or other records showing the fees were reasonable, or that they were properly limited to defending against Wayfarer's defamation claims specifically. As opposed to her broader legal strategy, Baldoni's team also pointed to his own now dismissed defamation suit against the New York Times as part of their argument for why the amount should come down. As of now, the fee dispute is still unresolved. The judge hasn't ruled on the final dollar amount. And once that ruling comes down, Baldoni has the option to appeal it. So even though the headline lawsuits are closed, the financial chapter of this story isn't finished yet. That's the state of play. Lively arguing she's owed close to $8 million for defending herself against a suit that got thrown out, and Baldoni arguing that number needs real evidence behind it, or shouldn't be paid at all. We'll keep following this one as the ruling comes down. If you want the full timeline of how this case got here, there's a video linked above.